A lot of black people on the planet now, here in 2019, have been given fancy titles. That's all that they have. They don't have any muscle in the system of white supremacy at all. It just seems like they do.
Mm-hmm.
Many of them ride around in limousines and expensive garments and flashing diamonds. But the white supremacists are in charge of every part of it. They don't have anything. They would be naked.
Now, welcome back to part 3 of Politics, Economics, and the Struggle to Survive in America. I'm your host, Gerald President. And I had to change up this week's introduction because the continued charade of showing you that we've made it by using entertainers and athletes as, the backbone and the foundation of black people in America, we have to debunk and dismiss that. This is what white supremacy wants us to follow, which is why we love to talk about sports all the time with one another. And when you want to bring up something dealing with politics, oh man, I ain't into that. And some of you who watching this right now, that's what you're going to say when you watch this. Man, I ain't into this. Man, I ain't into politics. And when I say that, you're going to giggle to yourself and you're like, damn, he right. All we do is talk about sports. We ain't talking about sports. We talking about where we going to hang out. But these people are making grand moves on the chessboard. A damn near checkmate because America has military bases globally. What do we have? We ain't got nothing. What we got? We ain't got nothing. We sitting out here telling how many women we can sleep with while our bank account's on zero and we got 4 flat tires. We trying to figure out how we gonna put new tires on them. Now we gonna go get them retreads. You know who I'm talking about? Hey, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, shit, you ain't got no money? Let me go down to this place and get these old retreaded tires. Hey, they'll last me just long enough, maybe before my income tax check come in. Yeah, go and kiki, but it's real. But they say 2053, we're happy at zero wealth. And to be honest with you, we are at zero wealth right now. The only reason we really think we're doing something because we have a couple of credit cards. But what was it? About a month ago, they came out with numbers that said that black home ownership is at a 50-year low mark. Now, I grew up, everybody in my family owned a home. All my aunties, uncles, grandfather, granddaddy, everybody owned their own homes. Now, fast forward to my generation and my son's generation. Shit, you lucky if you got 2 or 3 people in your family that own a home. Majority of people living in an apartment. I'm not knocking that. That's just to show you we have nothing. Because if you live in an apartment, that means you have no equity. And if you do own a home and you didn't put 20% down, you walked in with no equity. And most of us live in black communities because America is still segregated. Our homes has not increased in value. And if we do have, it's upside down. Now, to talk about it, now it's Obama. His administration could have stopped that. But he chose to bail out the banks who screwed black folks and Latino people. But I'm going to play a little 30, 40-second clip from what Mr. Byron Allen talked about. And again, this whole episode, part 1, part 2, and part 3, was about the 1866 Civil Rights Act and how Section 1981 is trying to be eviscerated by the Trump administration. Now, again, I want you to understand something. The United States Supreme Court has always been the vanguard, the guardian of white supremacy. And they try to use their legal statutes to harm us, to interpret it in a certain way. Now, Congress is the body of the government that is supposed to craft legislation for all citizens. But some kind of strange way, how the white supremacists structured the system, they allow the Supreme Court, and they tell you to go through the legal system. Again, the illegal judiciary system to try to right the wrongs. But for some strange reason, when it comes to the descendants of slaves, they're always writing it right for them to further harm us. Now, I'm just going to play a snippet, and I want you to pay close attention to what he says, all right?
Well, think about it. Who has created wealth in this country that didn't come from entertainment for the most part? It's very hard. You have you can count on one hand. On one hand.
You mean black people or just
Black
in general?
people.
Okay,
Yeah, black
Gotcha,
people.
gotcha.
Yeah, outside of sports and entertainment and your own talent, that's
We're not in the pharmaceuticals and the
right.
tech. And
There it is. And that's why this lawsuit is important, because you need to protect this. Because what historians believe, this was our reciprocity. This is your pathway. You have to protect this law.
You have to protect this law. See, once they eviscerate Section 1981, you can't file no lawsuits. These lawsuits is the only reason why the businesses have basically had to try to do a little bit of justice. Because how am I going to argue a case of discrimination if this statute is not there? See, this is how they harm us. See, we really think that politics doesn't mean anything because the people get elected, they don't do anything. But I want you to understand something. The Department of Justice is the ones who's drawing up amicus brief. Now, the amicus brief is, there is a document that stipulates that I'm siding with this particular party. So the Chamber of Commerce is another group that wrote on to an amicus brief to end the Section 1981 because they want to eliminate where anyone can file a discrimination lawsuit. This is why I left part 3 as the last thing. See, he mentioned the entertainers and who has the wealth and who. That's because we was only brought here, again, as I've said in part 1 and part 2. We was brought here for free labor and we was brought here to entertain, which is why they give you a Puff Daddy and a Jay-Z. That's why they give you these fools. And I don't mean no disrespect because these guys just decided, hey, I'm going to use what I got to hopefully try to make a better way. But they don't understand. They've always used the Jay-Z's of the world. They've always, go back in time, Paul Robeson, even though he was fighting for us, another entertainer. Harry Belafonte, Sidney Poitier. These individuals was on the front lines of trying for us to gain our rights. But once again, these were entertainers. These were entertainers. And as the great Malcolm X says,
I told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
Now, as you can see, this speech is from 1963. And as Malcolm himself said, show me in the white community where these particular people are leaders. They're not. Only in the black community where you'll find a preacher and entertainers as our so-called leaders. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Martin Luther King, Jim Brown, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, Kanye West. These are our so-called leaders. Show me the ones in the tech industry. I'm sorry, we're not in the tech industry. Show me someone in the communications industry. I'm sorry. The only one I know that's in the industry is Mr. Byron Allen, and he's the only one that owns a real network. Puff Daddy don't own Revolt. He don't own Revolt. Which way you think his content? What is his content? Entertainment. Bullshit. This is what they've done. See, this is why this lawsuit by Byron Allen is so important. And to pay attention to see that the Chamber of Commerce and the Department of Justice under the Trump administration is after this. Again, Byron Allen says, show me where we've been able to accumulate wealth outside of the entertainment industry, because under slavery, we was denied participation in the building of this nation. Yeah, we built it with our labor, but the wealth went in the hands of the Rockefellers and John Paul Getty's and the Vanderbilts. They was able to acquire wealth that was generational. Because if you turn on CNN, you'll see Edison Cooper, part of that Vanderbilt line. You see the Rockefellers still own ExxonMobil. So that's generational wealth. Show me the black community where that's that. You can't show me because Harry Belafonte doesn't have wealth. He might have money. Damn, the great Dick Gregory. What did he die with? He didn't even have an insurance policy. They had the fucking GoFundMe account. This is how it works. Look at Martin Luther King's family. Because we don't have intergenerational wealth. Because it was never designed for us to have that. And you can play with yourself all you want to. You can think, oh man, this motherfucker making this shit. Man, come on. Well, look deep down in your family. If your mother and your father died right now, what they leaving you? What they leaving you? You might be fortunate if they have a life insurance policy and it's an excess of, say, $100,000. Again, you might be fortunate. Or you might be part of those ones that have to set up that GoFundMe account to bury your mother and your father. Or you have to go take out a loan to bury them. See, this is because the system was designed for us to fail. That's why we didn't participate. Name me somebody who was an oil baron. Because the oil barons that we did have that was in Oklahoma, they used the open air bomb and bombed them. And the Dawes Act that said that we were supposed to get the same benefits of the Native Americans that was west of the Mississippi after the Trail of Tears, the Native Americans made sure that we could participate in that. And the ones that did, when they took it to the lawsuits, the white folks bombed it. So once again, only places we've ever been able to compete was in the entertainment fields, and that's football, that's sports, and that's music industry. Yes, but look who owns all the teams. I think it's one black man, Michael Jordan, that owns a professional basketball team. Is there any black people that own any professional football teams? Oh, nah. What about baseball teams? Nah. Hockey? Hell no. You ain't in NASCAR. This is how gangster and sinister the system is. And because we continue to keep lying to one another, and this mythology that we have it, I got to get the bag. We got to get the bag. I got to get the bag. Ain't no fucking bag. What bag? Because you up in these universities, and they teaching you to go get a job. They teach you to go get a job. And do your history and do your research on these historically black colleges. What were they set up to do? They weren't set up to create industry, captains of industry. No, they were set up for agricultural, Where's the descendants of George Washington Carver? Remember the Peanut Man? Oh, that's right. All those products that he created from the peanut and the potato, who benefits from those? Exactly. See, this is what happens. We are at ground zero. And once again, this construct called race, it's a race. But as I've stated multiple times, we're not on the field. We're not in the locker room. We outside of the stadium. And they've run that race. And they run it multiple times. And they've constantly crossed that finish line. So every time these new industries pop up, who's always excluded? But who's setting up all of these industries? The United States federal government. The same industry that said that we were contagions of wealth, the Federal Housing Administration, that made sure that we didn't participate in the fake growth of the real estate game. And what's going to happen? You have black folks. I always tell my son, get off them YouTube channels and watching these black people talking about all this wealth they have. I always say, you watch how people live. See, it's easy to get on these shows and tell you, you too can do it. You too, by golly, you can do it. I pulled myself up. I use these tax liens. I've purchased all these properties. You don't own the land. See, the ownership is in the land. The ownership is not in the building. See, which is why what was so devastating in Durham, North Carolina, and Memphis, Tennessee, and Rosewood, Florida, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. We was owning these pieces and parcels of land. And they came through and they did what they've always done. They manufactured some scheme to relocate us. See, now the new relocation is gentrification. We've always been gentrified. Always. The problem is, stop talking to your grandmama. Stop talking to your mama, now, especially if they're in their late 60s or 70s, because they the ones who didn't tell us anything. Because they was just happy that they didn't get that boot put on them like they mom and daddy. Stop listening to these people. Go and read some of these documents of what America has done. Go read the Federal Housing Administration's 1933 documents that said that you cannot sell your property to any black person. Go check that out. Go read the 1866 Civil Rights Act. Read it. Understand it. Because it's at your peril and your children's destinies that they comprehend what's going on. You think that this country can continue to keep going around the world and killing people? Using the military? Dropping bombs with remote control airplanes? And you don't think that's not going to affect you? Hey, they perfected using it right here against you. Why do you think what's going on in Newark, New Jersey with the lead in the water? What you think what was going on in Detroit? What you think was going on in Flint, Michigan? They've systematically always harmed us. The only people that don't know that is us, because we inside them pews on those Sundays and we think we getting the good Lord's word. And we want to do it both them jeans and say, I forgive you. I'm saying always, I don't forgive nobody. I'm not forgiving them. I don't forgive my grandparents and my grandparents for not talking about this. I don't forgive them. Why we always want to keep fucking hiding our heads in the sand and act like this ain't happening? While our children are being goddamn destroyed and crushed. Why? I'm not forgiving them. Because they chose not to talk about these subjects. They chose to. That was a choice. And I understand it was traumatic what was going on. Well, I'm never going to forget. And I'm going to make sure that my children never forget. And if you're watching this show, hey, I'm sorry if I use certain words. But you have to stop playing with yourself. They don't give a fuck about you. And sometimes I don't think we care about ourselves because we conduct and we act in a certain way that we don't want to talk about it. So we think that we can sit there and get on our knees and pray to their European construct of religion, their European God, and we think we're going to find a way out of this. You're not going to find your way out of this because you're going to still be trapped in that matrix. And I'm talking about the prison of the mind, because they've captured our minds because we refuse to think that our oppressors are harming us. They are harming you. They've refined their gangster. And the only people that don't know that is us. That's why we're so willing to embrace everyone. And we don't understand that these people who they keep bringing into this country are harming us. And those people that we think are friends are harming us. So when we have our little parties, why are we not talking about these issues? And I'm so thankful that at least the Breakfast Club had the temerity and the gall to put this man on their channel. Now, I'd be interested to see how many people watched it. Because come November 13th, when this goes down, Congressional Black Caucus, you're not going to see Al Sharpton talk about this because he was paid off. You're not going to see Puff Daddy talk about it because Revolt was paid off. You're going to sit there and you're going to be crying. And I'm praying. I'm sorry, because I don't even want to use that word. My objective is for this to sink inside. And if it just reaches one person, I'm thankful for that. I'm truly thankful for that, because only way we're going to change, we have to change it inside our homes, which is why I make sure that my children, now they're young. I know they don't comprehend it now. My oldest son, he's catching on to it. But under the system of white supremacy, they think, and he thinks that getting the bag is what's necessary to move forward. Getting the bag is not gonna make you move forward. It's gonna further entrap you in the system of white supremacy. Hey, once again, this is Politics, Economics, and the Struggle to Survive in America. Peace.
Walking down on 42nd Street. Heard some white folks talking. Had a riot yesterday. 10 niggas died. Died, nigga. Say what? 10 niggas died. Yeah, died, nigga. Went down to Whitehall Street. Heard a sergeant reporting lots of niggas dying in Vietnam. Died, nigga. Died, nigga. Nigga died. Had to get away from niggas. Dying all the time. Went back up to Harlem. Heard a school teacher say, niggas sure are dumb. Almost like they're dead. Die, nigga, everywhere you go. Niggas dying. Niggas been dying for 400 years. Niggas dying with conked heads. Niggas dying in Ivy League suits. Niggas know how to die. Been dying for 400 years. Been practicing how to die. Niggas dying in prisons. Niggas dying on farms. Niggas dying in dirty rooms. Even learned how to die in mansions now. Big office buildings. Fancy dying. Niggas love dying. Build big funeral homes so dead nigga undertakers get rich burying dying niggas. Die, nigga. Niggas always trying to die. Niggas get shot. Die, nigga. Niggas get hung. Die, nigga. Niggas get lynched. Die, nigga. Niggas get tarred and feathered. Niggas get boiled in oil. Niggas get carried out of their own homes. Niggas watch their wives get raped. Watch their babies get stomped. Then niggas watch some redneck hunky stand over them and laugh. Laughing, talking about die, nigga. Actually laughing. Wine bottle in his hand, cigar in his mouth, laughing, talking about die, nigga. We're going and die, nigga. You've been dying for 400 years. Niggas know how to die. Niggas don't know nothing else but dying. Niggas dream about dying. Niggas plan beautiful lives for when they're dead. Die, nigga. Nigga preachers tell niggas about heaven. Got to die first. Die, nigga. Niggas love dying. Niggas watch dying on TV. They love it. Niggas watch other niggas die. They love it. Niggas watched Emmett Till die. Niggas watched Mac Parker die. Niggas watched James Chaney die. Niggas watch Bobby Hutton die. Niggas watch Medgar Evers die. Niggas watch niggas die. Niggas watch niggas die. Niggas, 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 niggas die. 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 Niggas. So black folks can take